What's going on, everyone? Pasha here, and in this training, I'm going to break down exactly how I make over $15,000 every single month leveraging Instagram theme pages. And here are a few of my pages on the screen, my personal brand, as well as a couple of my theme pages, and just a few screenshots of payments just to show you guys I'm not just talking out of my ass. And I know there's a ton of people online who show fake payments, so you guys could choose whether you want to believe these are mine or not. There's only so much proof I could really give. And here's also a screenshot of my Stripe homepage from just earlier this week. As you guys can see, I made 3K in a single day, as well as 7.4K within 1 week. And most of these are documented in my highlights as well, if you guys want to take a look for yourself. All right, so let's get straight into it. So like I said, in this training, I'm going to break down exactly how I do this without showing my face online, without spending any money on ads, without shipping any products, and by only working a few hours per day. And if you're watching this, chances are you understand the power of building an online audience in today's world. So if you want to make the most of this digital gold rush, then stick around to the end of the training because this business model has genuinely changed my life and it could do the same for you. And if you understand the power of building an online audience, but you also value your privacy and don't want to show your face all over the internet and would rather build a powerful faceless brand while you collect paychecks behind the scenes, then stick around as well because that's exactly what this business model allows you to do. So before we dive into the juicy stuff, let me just give some background about myself real quickly for those who don't know me yet. So my name is Pasha, I'm 20 years old, and I was born and have been living in California my whole life. And just a couple years ago, I was a regular college student who worked average minimum wage jobs. I had a few different ones. My first job was a lifeguard, as you can see in this screenshot here. I had my little whistle, and I was wearing a mask here because it was during COVID times. And after that, I worked at an ice cream store. And the context behind these two screenshots, this was actually on Christmas Eve. They had me working the closing shift. So I was in there, mopping the floors, washing the dishes, doing all that dirty stuff, while the rest of my family was at home, spending time with each other and enjoying dinner. So yeah, that wasn't ideal. And in this screenshot here, it's just a super long receipt. I think there's like 15 orders on here. So on summer days, as you guys can imagine, there's already a line out of the door at a popular ice cream store like this one. So we were already pretty much like fully busy taking care of the in-person customers. But at the same time, there was like these huge, online orders like DoorDash and Uber Eats coming through. So we didn't even have enough time to deal with the in-person customers, let alone like the online orders, right? So I'm sure you guys could imagine these shifts were a nightmare. You come in and you work like 8 hours straight with like a 15-minute break in between and maybe a lunch. And yeah, you don't have a chance to breathe the whole time. And the last job that I worked was a runner at a hotel. So this was the office that I was sitting in like 8 to 10 hours every single day. And if you guys don't know what a runner is, let me explain it like this. So, when you're at a hotel and, you run out of shampoo or conditioner or you need a blanket or like a pullover bed or something like that, and there's this like phone next to the bed that you could like call and someone will come and like bring that stuff to you. That was me. I was that guy. So, yeah, I would sit in this office pretty much all day, answer phone calls, and whenever people needed something, I'd just go to this closet, drag all the stuff over to their room, and I'd come back and repeat that pretty much all day. So yeah, it was a nightmare, but probably the worst one out of these three. But yeah, the other one sucked as well. But for all of them, I didn't have any freedom or flexibility. Like, I was always working on days and times where I didn't want to, and I was doing slave labor for minimum wage. Fortunately, it wasn't something like construction where you literally like destroy your body, but they were still pretty shitty jobs. And yeah, after a couple months of that runner job, I was fully fed up with it. And there's a quote that goes, "Change only happens when the pain of staying the same hurts more than the pain of changing." So in this case for me, the pain of continuing to work that job hurt more than just figuring out how to make money a different way. And I was also thinking, like, if this is how I feel already, and I've only been working a couple of years, there's no way I'm going another 40 years doing the same stuff, doing jobs I hate, and working for people I don't care for. But then I was stuck in a little predicament because, I needed to make money so, I could have the lifestyle that I wanted, traveling, eating out nice places, and all these other things. But I didn't want to continue working these shitty jobs that were a lot of work and only paid minimum wage. And also around this time, I started to see all these other people online who were my age, building businesses, traveling around the world with their friends, and doing like all that stuff. And I knew that that's what I wanted. So, working a regular job, having a fixed income, and being tied to a specific geographical location wasn't going to get me there. So, I knew I had to do something else. And because of that, I started researching ways to make money online. So, I did what I assume most people do at the beginning and just typed in how to make money online on YouTube. and was instantly flooded with, different gurus claiming why their business model was the best. And after doing some research, I ended up joining The Real World. I assume a lot of you guys have heard of it, but if not, it's pretty much just a basic course that goes over different online side hustles. So I was learning some stuff in there, and for the next year, while I was still studying in school and while I was still working that runner job, I tried several different business models. I tried drop shipping, and I think that everyone and their mom has tried drop shipping. I tried Amazon FBA, YouTube automation, trading options, as well as running Facebook ads. And none of these business models really worked for me because the problem was that it would either take way too long to master the skills needed to succeed, or it would just take way too much upfront capital to be able to actually compete in the market. And I didn't have much time or money, so for me that was a bit of an issue. So after multiple failed businesses, I started to lose some hope, but I never gave up. I continued to research different businesses to see what I could try next. And as I kept scrolling around on my personal Instagram account, I kept seeing more and more of these online gurus pop up. And as I dived a bit deeper, I started to notice a pattern. All of these online gurus, which I was following before, weren't actually making their money with the business models they were teaching. They were making most of their money through building an online audience. Just take a look at the gurus like Iman Gadzhi, Andrew Tate, and Luke Belmar. The one thing they have in common is that they all have an online audience and sell a digital product. Iman Gadzhi with Educate, Andrew Tate with The Real World, and Luke Belmar with Capital Club. They all have a following and sell a digital product. So that's where it all clicked for me. Attention is the new currency in today's world, and having an online audience was the key to making money online. So at that point, I knew what I needed to do: build an online audience. The only thing was I'm a pretty reserved person and I like to keep to myself, so I didn't really like the idea of showing myself all over the internet. And if I did, I at least wanted to have some results to show for myself. So I did some more research on this and I came across Instagram theme pages. And the business model was exactly what I was looking for. I could build an online audience without having to show myself. It was very beginner friendly compared to other business models that I had already tried. I didn't need any fancy funnels. I didn't need any fancy softwares or any high level skills, which would take me years to learn. I didn't need any massive startup cost for stocking up on products or running ads. And I would only need to work a few hours per day, which made it easy to manage alongside college as well as my runner job. And it was also the first time that I was working on an online business where I felt like I was doing something I actually enjoyed. Because let's be honest, no one enjoys sitting in front of the graphs all day trading options or sourcing cheap shit from China with dropshipping. People only do that stuff to make money. But with Instagram, you're building your own online brand. So you could pick a niche which you're already enjoying, which you're already interested in. And instead of consuming content in that niche, just start creating content instead. So for me, I always saw these motivational pages pop up on my feed and I actually resonated with them. So I thought instead of just wasting my time consuming this type of content, I could just create it, motivate other people, and just see what opportunities come up along the way. And that's exactly what I did. So as soon as I saw the potential with this, I went all in. And now I've been doing Instagram for 2 years now. And in that time, I've scaled to consistent 5 to 8K months. I was able to quit that runner job that I was talking about earlier. I've visited several new countries. I've been able to take care of my family, get them nice gifts, and all that good stuff. And I hate to sound cringy, but this is literally the life of time and location freedom, which I dreamt about when I was slaving away at that runner job. The vision I had in my mind of what I wanted my life to look like has become a reality. And I didn't have a classic fairy tale ending where, I started a business model and all of a sudden became a millionaire overnight. I've been doing Instagram for 2 years in total now. I've faced a ton of obstacles. I've been stuck at $0 per month. I've been stuck at 1K per month, 3K per month. I've invested over 15K now into different mentors, courses, masterminds to be able to reach this level and generate over 6 figures online. And now I could confidently say that I've cracked the code to succeeding on Instagram, which is why now my students are able to get crazy results within only a couple of months of learning directly from mistakes I had already made rather than spending years in the trenches like I did. For example, Armstrong, who joined my team when he was stuck on 12,000 followers and made zero income with Instagram for over 6 months. And within 4 months of working together, we grew his page to over 1 million followers and he began making an extra 4K per month. And now fast forward to today, he's got another page with over 100K followers, which he monetizes as well. Or look at Michael, who joined my team when he was stuck at 5K followers and also making zero income off Instagram. And within 3 months, we grew his page to over 120K followers, another page to over 35K followers, and now he's been able to scale his theme page to consistent 4-figure months. And this allowed him to quit his 9-to-5 job and replaced it with a part-time job, which has given him more freedom to do the things he wants. And now, since he has more time to spend on his pages, he'll be able to scale even further and quit that part-time job as well. Or like Jason, who joined my team just 3 months ago, and we took him from 0 to 2K per month within 90 days, which is crazy considering he's only 17 years old and he's almost making as much as his teachers. Or like Tim, who joined my team starting from complete scratch, and we helped him grow his theme page to over 275K followers within 6 months, and now he's making an extra 2K per month with it. Or like all these other regular people who decided to take action and have grown their pages to over 50K followers. And the list goes on and on. Those are just a small handful of our success stories. If you do want to see more, then feel free to check out my highlights under my profile. But I just wanted to show these results to show you that regular people, just like you, are achieving life-changing results just because of one simple change in their routine: producing instead of consuming. And you could do the same in these 4 simple steps. Number 1, create a faceless brand. You're going to want to pick a niche that you're interested in. Pick your brand colors, create your logo, highlights, and bio, and make sure your page looks well branded before you start posting. Here are a few examples of different theme pages and different niches, some of which you might be following already. Number 2, generate attention. Since we're not actually showing ourselves here, you can use a website called viralfinder.com to find viral content within your niche, and then simply repost that same content with your own branding. Post twice per day consistently, and wait for your first couple of reels to blow up. Number 3, monetize your attention. So once you've built your online audience, you could convert that attention into cash using any of these methods. And remember, attention is a new digital currency, so once you have an online audience, you're not restricted to just one way of earning. I've personally made money with all of these methods. And also, I just want to elaborate on digital products real quick because they're so powerful. Guys, digital products are golden. And there's a few reasons for this. Firstly, digital products have 100% profit margins simply because there's no fulfillment involved. Like, you don't actually have to ship out the product since it's digital, not physical. And also, you don't have to spend money to advertise the product. You could simply promote it with your theme page by directing your own audience and viewers towards it. So that way, when you make money, you get to keep all of it. And I'm sure you guys have seen people share their screenshots of like their dropshipping stores and how much money it's made in a month or a week. But what you guys need to understand is that this number right here is revenue. This isn't profit. So this is the amount of money that they make without considering the amount of money that they had to spend on ads in the first place to drive traffic to that store. So although this says 8K sales here, most likely the amount of profit that they took home from this is like between 1 to 2K. And the other 6K or 7K was like just to advertise the product initially. So the profit margins just aren't there. Whereas for digital products, if you make $5,600 through just 202 sales from like direct traffic from your theme page, like, there's no advertising cost involved there. So you just get to take home all of this profit. And yeah, this isn't my screenshot, by the way. This is like a random one I found on Google, but yeah, I hope you guys get the point. And also, digital products have infinite leverage. And what I mean by that is it's something that you can make one time and sell over and over and over again, since you don't have to worry about inventory or fulfillment because it's completely digital. So it doesn't matter if you sell it once or sell it a million times. It's not going to cost you any money. So yeah, guys, digital products are the future. They're so powerful. So number 4 is scaling. Reinvest some of your profits into hiring team members and automating tasks so that you could start making more money while spending less time. So yeah, guys, this is just the tip of the iceberg of what it takes to succeed on Instagram. All right, so now you have 2 options. So the first option is for you to do everything by yourself, to do it alone. And by doing that, you'll go through lots of trial and error because you won't already know what works and what doesn't work. You'll have a ton of unanswered questions. You'll have no support or accountability along the way. You'll have a lack of direction, and because of these things, it will take a lot longer to see success, and by extension, you will make less money. Or you could do it with a mentor, which gives you confidence and clarity. You'll be able to avoid unnecessary mistakes, which will save you a ton of time and energy. You'll work off a proven blueprint, which has already worked time and time again for myself as well as the others who work with us. You'll instantly get access to a high-level network, and I can assure you it becomes a lot easier to win when you're already surrounded by a group of winners. Goes with the quote, your network is your net worth. You'll learn and get results a lot quicker because of those things, and by extension, make more money. So if you want to leverage the power of social media to grow your very own faceless brand and start generating consistent income without having to show yourself, without having to spend any money on ads, without having to ship any products, and by only working a few hours per day, like Armstrong did, like Michael did, like Jason and Tim did, and like all these other people who took action did, then click the button below this video where you could apply to work one-on-one with me. It's completely free to apply, and it only takes 5 minutes. And if you do qualify, you'll get a free discovery call with either me or my head coach, where we'll go over a few more things together, make sure that you're the right fit for our community, and to explore exactly how and if we could help you start or scale your very own Instagram business. And if you qualify, then I'll work one-on-one with you until you hit at least 2K per month guaranteed. I'll teach you everything I know to make 6 figures with Instagram. You'll receive your very own custom action plan. So instead of having to spend your time and energy trying to figure out what you should be doing in the first place, you could simply direct that time and energy towards taking action and working on what we lay out for you. That way, you know exactly what you need to be doing and focusing on at all times. I'll be your mentor every step of the way, and you'll have everything you need to build and scale a successful Instagram business. And this is a much more advanced coaching program, and I work with each of my students directly one-on-one. And because of that, we do have limited spots each month. Unfortunately, I don't have unlimited time, so we can't just work with anyone and everyone. So if you are serious about changing your situation around, take action quickly, click the button below this video, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you for staying till the end, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.